How I'm seeing Web3 being described, it's three key components. One, it's more open, so it's more accessible to everyone. The data is not owned by four big companies. It's owned by everyone. The data is pushed more to the edge. In order to do that, there's going to need to be higher quality edge devices and computing at the edge of the network as well, which could be a barrier, in fact. Number two is the concept of trustless. And what does that mean? It means that you no longer need a third party to manage your data. Right? So George, if I want to share some data with you or some content, or we want to collaborate on some kind of project in the web, we're no longer relying on some third-party service who we now have to trust with our data. Ultimately, right now, if I want to send you a private message, George, I might be using Facebook or WhatsApp, which is also owned by Facebook, or Instagram, which is also owned by Facebook. We don't own our own data. The third key concept of Web 3.0 is permissionless. So you can participate without authorization from some governing body. The concept of blockchain perhaps best illustrates that. We can exchange virtual digital currencies without needing a third party to approve that transaction. More decentralized in the case that you and I can transact online without needing someone to sort of regulate that. The promise of Web 3.0 is, in some sense, democratization of the internet. You own your own data, not some corporate entity far away who is monetizing you as a user.
And to some degree, I'd say that's a throwback to almost Web 1.0, where the internet was the wild, wild west. You could literally do whatever you wanted. People just hosted web servers in their home, and you didn't have to deal with these huge entities. You know, Web 2.0 was really the corporatization of the internet in a large respect. We've already seen a lot of talk about free speech or censorship or whatever you want to call it in the current Web 2.0 realm. If you're someone who has felt as though you and your opinions have had limited access to participate in social media as it exists today, this all might sound really great on paper. But the flip side to that is what happens to all the things that shouldn't exist that could?
It does raise a lot of interesting questions. Do we want to live in a world where the internet becomes the Wild West? Probably not. There's a reason why we needed a sheriff, even in the Wild West, right? Conversely, do we want to live in a world where four monopolies control all the data and what you can say and how you can interact? Probably not either. There's sort of two extremes that are being balanced. And how does Web 3.0 land in that spectrum?
Thanks for watching this clip from the Epiphan video YouTube channel. This was a clip from one of our live streams. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next live stream, which we do every other Thursday.